Hello, Jedi Knights and Sith Lords. This week we'll be covering chapters 7 and 8 of Maul Shadow Lord. The last two episodes Eric and I saw during the screeners. So from now on, it can go anywhere we don't know.
Yeah, we have no
Uh,
more information than you do at this point. So,
yeah. So, well, first of all, Eric, how are you? What's new?
doing good. This is going to be the last time we see this background, even though it's been completely stripped down already and a couple little things left. But yeah, I'm moving this weekend. So we'll see what it looks like moving forward for our last review. So,
Awesome.
other than that, I did pick up from the local comic book shop the new Galaxy's
Oh, yeah.
Edge comic. This is the variant cover that they have. I think the regular one is Luke Skywalker, and there's another variant with Grogu on it. This is the one I like
Okay.
though, just for nostalgic kind of
Yeah.
purposes, like when we took the trip and everything. But yeah, we can maybe do a little short, and I can leave you with some of my early impressions. Is
Okay.
this is the first of a few issues, but so I mean, it's a bit more of a setup than anything, but I'll do a little short for you guys for that one. So
Awesome.
yeah,
Awesome.
and you?
Well, nothing new necessarily, aside that it feels like every show we do, I give you an update on the subscribers.
Yeah,
We're now at
I saw that.
6,000 subscribers, yeah. So, yeah, I'm very, very humbled by all the fellowship that is we're gaining, and I'm
It's very good.
really pleased. And I'm mostly bracing for May the 4th because I got a feeling I'm gonna have to break my piggy bank because of all the merch that is coming out.
Yeah,
I just saw more pictures before we began recording the show, and Galaxy's Edge is gonna treat us very well in the upcoming days and weeks. So, brand new holocron has been announced. Helmets, Lando, Skivgard, Leia as Bausch, uh, and
yeah,
some clone helmets as well. So yeah, it's going to be pretty intense. There's also going to be the Maul limited edition box set with these two different half of lightsabers.
hmm
That one, not sure I'm going to buy because I already have the two hilts. It's just that they added some weathering on them, so
nice.
maybe it's gonna be a pass for me. But who knows?
What I saw was the new Hot Toys from
Yeah.
Darth Maul, which looks really cool. But my only gripe with that is that they went for like a real version, which is basically the same as is the sculpt that the head sculpt that they used with the Ray Park
Hmm.
version for the previous Phantom Menace. It's the exact same sculpt. So just to
Okay.
change the body, but there's something about the Maul, show that like the way that the makeup looks and
Hmm.
stuff like that. It's more of a caricature look and everything, which I wish they would have done for this. But you know, it's cost savings is going to be what they're aiming for, right? To not
Yeah.
have the whole, but it still looks really nice. So I mean, is it a project where you get the body and then you can get a custom sculpt? Who knows? But yeah, there's got a lot of nice stuff coming out and for May the 4th, and I have a couple friends that are there now, so maybe I can try to get a couple things. But you should move to
Ah,
Florida though and save all that
cool.
shipping cost. So
Ah, yeah, and the tariffs and everything. So yeah.
well, let's dive in.
Hmm.
Chapter 7 was called to Oblivion. We pick up where we left off after the battle with Devin, Maul, and
Yeah.
Malik. I think at this point we see Maul was leading them through the tunnels out of there, and Devin was kind of contemplating, or Riley was like, let's bail, let's get out of here,
Hmm.
and you can see Maul's listening to them the whole time, kind of
Yeah,
paying
he's like
attention. He's just like, oh,
15 feet ahead, but he still listens
and he's
to the
telling me, he
kids
goes,
talking.
you can go on your own, but it'll be at your own peril. So,
And Riley almost seems offended when Devin says, "I gotta bring the boy back to his father." He's just like,
yeah,
"Hey, we're about the same age."
yeah, the boy. But they do eventually, when they get to his, I guess, his base or his hideout, they do try to run away. And that you can see the Maul at this point. He's trying to give her the benefit of the doubt that like she will eventually fall in line with what he's trying to do.
Hmm.
But he gets frustrated at that point, right? Like when she tries to run it, it's like that's the last straw kind of thing, and they have their own like little battle over there. Um,
Yeah, I mean, Palpatine was very patient with his grand plan, but Maul doesn't share the same level of patience with his wannabe apprentice,
well, he has, I
So,
guess, up to now, but now it's like he's showing he has his limits too, right? And it's
yeah,
like at one point, but during that little battle is when the they get spotted, unfortunately, as a result by the flashing lightsabers
yeah.
and the probe droid. The Imperial probe droid finds them, and that obviously attracts some attention there. So
I really like when Spybot took care of the probe droid and saying Imperial scum.
yeah, well, I mean, yeah, because shortly after this, when the Empire arrives and they start battling out on that kind of like bridge,
Hmm.
and those two guys that are are they officially like Maul's brothers, or he just calls them his brothers because they're of the same kind of race or something? That's what I was kind of wondering.
It's still unclear, but I think they're really his brother, as Savage Press was his biological brother.
Okay,
So
I thought maybe it was just like more of like, hey, you're my brother, like
yeah,
it's like
bro, hey,
you're my
bro.
brother, man, like so. It's like I thought it was more of one of those things. Who knows, right? But like
Hmm.
obviously that battle takes part, and um, they end up splitting off, and then I think it's with his attention at this point when the Empire arrives in Maul at this, he's just like, screw this, I'm gonna start taking care like of the Empire, because I mean he's got to help out his crew, and then
Hmm.
Devin actually takes part in that situation, leaving Riley behind. So even now you can see she just tried running away, but she's still kind of torn, and
She's conflicted, right?
yeah, feels the need to kind of like help out,
And you see
nonetheless.
Riley waving his hand like, Come here, let's escape together."
Yeah,
And she prefers to, maybe she wants to exert revenge against the stormtroopers for Order 66 for what happened. I
uh,
don't know.
yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think, yeah, I think it's maybe more of a like still torn between Maul and like not letting him kind of like, I don't know if it's a matter of not dying or just feel like she needs to support, and because he did say at
Hmm.
one point, now you know who your true enemy is, right?
Yeah,
So it's like, so maybe that's, she's still kind of torn. But I mean, we have Riley that's captured almost immediately after,
yeah,
and then the arrival of the Crow, that we see as Malik is waiting
yeah.
for I guess instructions on where Maul is. But I mean that couldn't have been who we saw. Uh,
No, but
okay,
I'm positive that it can be because he wouldn't. The Marek is the first brother, the Crow is the 11th brother.
okay,
So I guess there's some sort of hierarchy at some point in there. So
he
it's
couldn't
pure
have been bowing. Yeah,
reinforcement.
yeah, because he called
Uh,
my lord or whatever he said, right? Like
yeah,
in, yeah, so the can, okay. Because I mean,
yeah,
I remember that. I'm like, well, there's no way it was him. I mean, like you said, they're I guess they're equals,
yeah.
under the rule of, I guess, a Grand Inquisitor, I guess. So,
Hmm. But
uh,
it felt good to see the Inquisitorius ship,
yeah,
the site
yeah,
that it's called. Pretty cool. Reminded us of the Obi-Wan Kenobi series, of course.
hmm,
So yeah, and he has such a presence, the Crow, right?
yeah. But he's got a good
He
look,
almost
with the
seems
red eyes.
scarier than Marek, I think,
Yeah,
with the red eyes and he's so tall.
yeah. He's got an intimidating look for sure to him.
Yeah.
Like so, I don't think we've
Speaking
ever
of
had a
Marek,
figurine there.
before he arrives, we see Marek at the top of a building, and it kind of reminded me like how Batman is watching over the city at night, or
Yeah,
something like that, or maybe even Spider-Man has maybe dressed as Venom, watching over the city, reflecting on what his next move will be, I guess, and something like that.
yeah.
So,
Yeah, you're right. It definitely has that vibe. And there's how many artworks that we've seen of Batman
hmm,
perching over the Gotham City and stuff like that. Yeah, definitely look like
yeah,
that. And then I think shortly after we see that Devin bails at this point, and
that's it. Yeah,
yeah,
she
like,
tries to rescue Riley. She jumps on the LAAT ship,
yeah,
and she loses her grip, and she she's too far to return to the battle with Maul, so
Yeah.
she decides to bail and
He looked up too, as in like kind of just like, all right, whatever, you
leaving me
know, like,
again.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's a love-hate relationship there.
Mm-hmm.
But she eventually finally reunites with Daki.
Yeah.
So I mean, and it was funny because I remember when they did finally reunite, and they were she basically lets him know that she failed. Well, she let Lawson know that Riley got captured,
Yeah.
and Daki is like, well, who else was with you? And she completely like evades the question, right? It's kind of
Yeah.
like,
She said that that's not the point or something
yeah.
like that. And
I think maybe Daki probably knew, but I mean, he didn't really say anything. But yeah, it was a little awkward that but it's funny that they wrote that in there though, like
mm-hmm.
that kind of little interaction. So, um, and then Rook makes her crew, like we say, like at the end of that, kind of like there's nothing really left of that battle. Um, so when they're trying to like continue their escape with whatever's left, I think Rook makes her crew leave the credits behind to accelerate or not to slow them down, and you can
Yeah.
see it's only adding to the frustration
Frustration of the
the
man that was
crew.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, then after that, we get the
She was right because during the battle they would never been able to carry all those crates and still fight the Empire at the same time. So
yeah, and
the name you're looking for, I think, is Kebris, the
oh yes,
Mando.
yes, yes, and but I mean, she even mentions that to Maul, right? Saying like they're kind of growing, like
Yeah.
their loyalty is based on payment and or something like that. And their
Mm-hmm.
rates are going up, right, or something like that. She makes a reference to that kind of stuff.
Especially with the Empire on their tail. I mean,
Yeah. So and then on the other end, I think we had Lawson. He's trying to get in touch with Two Boots
tubes.
to get Riley out as he finds out that he's been captured.
Mm-hmm.
And then the start of the epic
Push the
battle.
link in the little box so
Yeah,
Lieutenant Blake doesn't
can still hear it in
the
the back.
conversation. Yeah.
Then we get the start of one of the more epic battles that we've seen in this. Is
Oh yeah.
as they're walking away, you have Marek and the Crow that arrive
Mm-hmm.
to confront Darth Maul
Maul
and
and his
eventually
crew.
capture
Yeah.
him. And that, I mean, that battle I thought will look pretty cool, and it's funny to see that.
Oh
Not
yeah.
funny, but I mean, it's crazy to see that Maul is holding his own against two Inquisitors, right? So he's
Yeah.
kind of running away, trying to like trick them, and like there's just kind of elusive kind of maneuvers that he does, trying to like separate them in the caves and stuff like that, so they
Mm-hmm.
can try to battle one at a time, because he's dealing with that leg injury, right, the whole time.
Yeah. As soon as he drops a level, it reminded me of the battle in Phantom Menace. He's young. He's about 22 in the Phantom Menace, so he jumps everywhere.
Yeah,
But now he's in his late 30s, I guess, something like that. So
but he
not
has that leg
a
injury that he suffered
yeah,
previously, and then I think it was the Crow that makes it even worse and kind of
yeah,
nicks him
during the
again.
battle.
So
Yeah.
yeah, and during that battle was one of his brothers or so, whatever we're saying discussing
Yeah.
before, breaks off from the battle that's going on top with the more Imperial troops that came in that are fighting the rest of his
Yeah.
crew.
It's
And
corn.
so he breaks off to go and try and help Maul, because like he was about to take a final blow, I think, from
Yeah.
and he just came in and helped him out.
He saves the day.
Yeah, but
Ultimately sacrifices himself.
and then the other one though, like his other brother, when he notices, like, because I think he just flew him off, I think the edge of the cliff or something, and
Yeah.
that was a hell of a scream that he let out there for his brother. So and Maul noticed that as well, like, so it was you could see that there is a emotion, right? They're not emotionless, these guys. So
Oh yeah. But speaking of that lightsaber battle, I really liked when they panned behind the waterfall. So you get the waterfall in the forefront,
yeah,
and behind you see the lightsaber battle. It was so beautiful
and they're breaking through the
artistically.
water at times and stuff like
Yeah,
that. Like,
and you see like a vapor coming out of the blade because of the heat of the blade. So the water is evaporating from that blade. So yeah,
yeah,
wow,
no, that
they thought
battle
of every
is,
detail.
yeah, for me that was like the best battle I've seen yet. It was a little bit shorter than the other ones we've seen, but like I
Hmm.
thought it was, I don't know, to me, I thought it was really cool to see Maul versus the two Inquisitors in that one.
Yeah.
And then I think it just basically pretty much ends quickly after that.
Well, our Mendos, they try
Oh yeah, they tried
to
to
break
escape.
away.
Yeah, that didn't work out too well for them. But they did, yeah,
No,
they did betray Rook, and then next thing you know, what they kind of tried to leave like a bit of a smart aleck remark when they leave, to say see you
yeah,
later.
farewell,
Yeah,
Lady Cast. And
then boom. Yeah.
3 seconds later, boom.
Um, and then I think at the
As I see you drink your coffee, I just wanted to say that we're not sponsored
by Tim
by
Hortons.
Tim Hortons. We would love to be if you guys are hearing
Yeah,
us
yeah.
and liking what we're doing, and want to support us. But nope, no sponsorship from Tim Hortons yet.
Keeps my throat a little bit hydrated from the talking. And then I think we had the end of the episode was basically you saw Maul fall to his knees, looked like he was surrendering. And what was that line that he said? Like it was it Marek that said the Emperor wants you dead, and he goes likewise, and then he makes that his scream
Yeah,
again. That
he pretends to be surrendering, right? And
yeah,
then he breaks down the roof or the ceiling.
yeah. He said
The
something. I
cave.
think he said there's no surrender or whatever he says. And
Hmm.
then he goes, he wants you dead, and then he goes likewise, and he pulls that down and scene, and that was the end of that, right? But what did you think about that episode?
Fun ride.
Yeah.
I mean, we still get to see the relationship between Maul and Devon evolve. Great fighting scenes. Uh, some cool. I don't want to say Easter eggs because they're not really Easter eggs, but all the sounds and tidbits we hear, pretty fun. And it gets even better in chapter 8 in that department. So
Okay.
yeah.
So let's actually on that chapter 8 called the creeping fear, and that like obviously was during the title screen when that came up. You heard Palpatine.
The Emperor's cackle,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. So I thought that was kind of interesting. Yeah, a good setup. And
Yeah.
we see obviously the aftermath of like that battle. He kind of like jumps down, or with that kind of like weird spinning move, like all the way. Like, did he go through the bridge or whatever he did? But obviously,
Hmm.
to save himself, he took quite a tumble there.
Yeah, and he sees the reflection of his face, in the water.
Yeah, the young
He's
self.
yeah, the actual and then the young, and he wipes the water because he doesn't like who he was when he was young, probably because he considered himself weak at the time.
Yeah, well, he said, "I hate you," right? When he just
Yeah.
slaps the water or whatever. So, and you can see he's still struggling now from like even more
Mhm.
from the battle and the leg. So, like, is this what leads up to him walking with the cane that we see? What was it in Rebels or something?
Yeah,
Like, it's
perhaps.
does he not get his? But I mean, I find it kind of weird that we're gonna have another season.
Yeah, I guess he's gonna have it fixed.
Well, yeah, it's funny 'cause I saw someone else ask a question. I think it was on Facebook. Said, like, are we gonna find out, coming up next, why he's so scared of
Mhm.
Vader, right? In Rebels or something like that. So is it something that we're gonna? So there's still so much to come anyway, and especially like I said, we haven't seen the next two. So
The wait is almost over, or
yeah,
perhaps it's gonna linger into the upcoming season. I don't know.
I thought there was so right after that, we see there's a quick scene where when Riley's captured and he's interrogated by the crow. But I thought it was just so like it's almost like when Marek interrogated Lawson. I think it's just so quick, and there's not much of a follow up. It doesn't give you the impression that it was a horrible experience, because when Devin asks about it to Riley, he's like, "Well, you just asked me questions about you and Master Daki, but like I didn't know anything. That's it."
Yeah,
So like
and he says, "Well, I don't know what I would have told them had I knew something."
yeah.
So I think the crow quickly realized that that kid is not important
Yeah.
at some point in his quest to catch Maul, and he doesn't know much. So
I feel like, when you think about the interrogation that Vader did on Solo and stuff like that, they made it seem like that was torturous, where these are just I don't know. I feel
yeah,
like I would have expected more, but it's a kid. But out of Lawson,
I
maybe I would have
think
expected
Marek picked his brain more, Brendan Lawson's brain more than
well, yeah, because
the crew did
ultimately
it for Riley.
it led to him kind of like, I guess, maybe leading him back to his apartment. But I don't
Yeah,
know. I just expected a little bit more from that. And then like meanwhile, you have Lawson who's still trying to get in touch with Two Boots, but it was Rena that reached out,
yeah,
kind of like out of the blue and saying that she has a transport off the planet. And even when I saw her there, I was like, I don't know.
yeah.
Like she fell off the grid for a bit, and all of a sudden she's back, and like I didn't trust that at all. Like so,
And she got to escape imperial custody because they were kind of seizing her casino at
yeah.
last
Well,
time we saw her. So yeah,
yeah. Usually that's there's something a little bit more in play with that. And then like it was Two Boots. I think shortly we find out that I think we get confirmation that the what's up the captain or whatever was dead. Was it Kleiss?
yeah. Captain Kleiss, yeah.
Yeah. Then he finally, I think it was Lawson, eventually reached out to Two Boots because after that he kind of picked up and he offered to trade himself in for Riley, which is like kind of like, I guess, the fatherly thing to do in that case there. But the main part of this, I guess, the story of this episode was the flashbacks that we got to see with Maul, right? Like I think
That was one of the high point for me. Besides the chase we get at the end, but yeah, those flashbacks were pretty fun. I mean,
yeah,
we
he's got
hear
Marek's voice, Sidious, and
yeah, Savage Press.
yeah, oh that was crazy.
Is voiced by Clancy Brown, who I think he did like 75 Star Wars character. I don't know how many characters he did, but he's everywhere. Clancy, he's in the Rebels animated series. He's in Ahsoka. He's in the Mandalorian.
Oh, you
He's
save costs
everywhere.
when you have the
Yeah.
same actor, right? I mean, look at something like Family Guy. It's pretty much Seth MacFarlane that does what 80% of the voices. So,
Yeah.
but it was that
And
scene.
we even hear Ewan McGregor's voice, the infamous "No" when Qui-Gon is killed.
Yeah,
That's Ewan's voice, and we hear the power or the red wall that opens up during the battles.
yeah,
It
yeah.
opens up, and we hear them very
But
clearly. So
in all those flashbacks, I mean, the one I think that kind of hit me a bit more was when you see Sabash telling Maul not to go away, and then you're just like, well, and then you see Sidious come out and kind of lure him away, and he's like, why are you doing this? Like, what have you done to him? So you could see that his fingers were already in there, and then right after you see like his training, I think, right, or soon after that he was getting, and then like he was zapping him with electricity, like as part of his training, which was like, geez, like you talk about breaking down somebody in one of those situations. But like, yeah, we saw Kenobi. We saw him in his spider form also at one point. And you see, I think,
speaking of Kenobi, we see how he gets his legs cut from his own point of view.
Yeah, I see.
Yeah, you
right
see Kenobi coming at him and cutting him down in half. So yeah, I thought it was a nice touch.
There was we see him in his spider form, and then we see him also, I think, with when Sidious kills Savage after that, and then I think was it like the kind of part of the right after with the like the witch part or something where you see like the green
right after his death we see the magic with a K coming out of his body, the green smoke. So yeah,
and then he says everything was taken to him. He comes to the realization that everything he had was taken to him by Sidious, and he gives him motivation to keep moving, and he says you did this, right? Like, because he keeps hearing the voices and like they said, the laughter and all this kind of stuff. But I mean, all this stuff was a lot to digest, I think, and very cool to see for someone who's a fan of Maul, to get some of that backstory.
Yeah, and as he walks in the tunnels, he keeps punching his wound. It kind of reminded me of when Kylo is.
The same thing. So it's punching the wound, but like I was just like thinking, like, oh, is there something in Kylo that was like mechanic as well. It was like a weird kind of like, but I
Yeah.
don't know. It's like a way
For
of saying,
Carlo, they said it was to like for adrenaline to kick in,
yeah.
but
Well, I mean, it
for
makes more
Maul,
sense to see
it's
Maul to try to like bang it, kind of like banging a TV, like work already, right? Like,
yeah.
but Kylo, yeah, it was a little weird. But I kind of it's weird, even though you don't know why he does it. I think truly in Force Awakens, you
Hmm.
almost understand why he's doing it. You know, it's just aggression
Yeah.
and it hurts. It's just like knocking it to try to like kind of ignore it, kind of thing. So, but yeah, you're definitely right. That I thought the exact same thing.
Okay, I'm not
Before.
crazy.
No, because he does it. He does it more than once.
Oh yeah.
But then we turn back to what was going on with Two Boots, and as he breaks out Riley, we got to see him kind of flex a little bit of his gun skills to
Yeah.
get him out, right?
Yeah. But notice he always used the stunt option.
Yeah.
He doesn't kill any troopers.
Hmm.
I don't know if it's his programming as a robot. Maybe he's programmed not to kill.
Not to kill, yeah.
But when he comes out of the police department and they reunite with Lawson, and then all hell breaks loose, you see Lawson shooting to kill,
Yeah.
and Tibbs is still using the
I hadn't
stunt.
really noticed that.
Right, yeah.
Yeah. It's when he says though, he goes, "Forget the deal, it's off," right? Like it's like he goes, "Forget this." Like we're all coming. We're all leaving at once,
Yeah,
right? So
it's like he's finally come to his senses, realizing that the Empire is up to no good, and he wants to help now.
yeah. Then I think we continue seeing
Well,
Maul. Oh, go
before
ahead.
they escape the police department, Daki tells Devon to get a ride.
Oh yeah, to go steal to find yeah.
Yeah, to get them a ride. And I thought it was just a short scene, but it was a fun scene.
Oh, when she steals the
She's in
ship
the
from them.
garage. There's like that big alien guy, and hey, I'm gonna have to borrow that car. And all of a sudden, two more comes out of the
Yeah.
car. It's like, okay, let's do this.
She makes short work of them. You would think after she's fought Inquisitors and whatnot. I mean, which Maul did compliment her in their walk. I think in the episode 7. Should be short work for her to take care of these guys. So, and then I think I'd hear. I think we had Maul see himself in the puddle again.
Yeah.
Again, as his small self and apologize. I think that his younger self apologizes to him, kind of like
Yeah.
acknowledging that I made a mistake by going and this leading to all this kind of situation. And then I think Maul vows to not let it happen to anyone else ever again, right? So you feel that regret, and it's tough because first of all, we all like Maul, whether he's good or bad. We like him, but we see that kind of struggle within himself between the kind of good and bad, right?
And he feels like he's redeemable, even though we know that until the very end, until he dies on Tatooine, he remains on the dark side. But well, until the last few seconds, I guess. But yeah, we have some sympathy for Maul.
I'm not sure if he'd be like, light side kind of redeemable. I think he's more, and you've seen that with Devin a bit. He's not a complete monster, but I think he'll always be selfish and in on his own. I think that part is irreversible, in my opinion. But that way, he eventually meets up with Cast and the whatever's left of his team at this point. So that kind of gives a little bit of I guess of a rest to him after that long walk and all that emotion that he went through. So.
And when Cass and the Mendos and Vario are still in the tunnel, I really like the Vario's line, like, we have no news of Maul. It's like, well, that's sad. Okay, what's next?
Yeah.
Like, he moves on so quickly. He doesn't care about Maul at all, but he didn't want to look like a total jerk. But then, okay, Maul is gone. Okay, what's next?
I remembered one thing, though, like, now to think I had in my notes was a moment that I thought had a parallel, and it was when Riley gets rescued by Two Boots, and Two Boots says, something along the lines of like, "Oh, I'm surprised you recognize me, without my boots."
Yeah.
For me, that moment reminded me of the C-3PO Force Awakens.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Like when he told Han Solo, "It's like, oh, like you might not recognize or might not have recognized me because of the red arm," and it kind of makes me think of like how the programming is for these droids, right? Like Tubu's trying to make his own identity, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
and thinks that they probably assume that they all look the same or
Yeah.
whatnot, right? And it really had that vibe for me, like that parallel, I guess, with the Force Awakens. Hey, that's as much as we both thought that we had that Kylo Ren moment when he was
Mm-hmm.
knocking. Like for me, when I heard that, I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm surprised you recognize me with this. So it's kind of funny to see the innocence of these droids.
Yeah, because I guess they were made like in mass production, and they want to get themselves a little bit of individuality. And the name TBOT was perfect for two boots.
Yeah.
So
Well, a lot of them
I'm
have like
sure
B2 emo,
that
right? Like all that, like the like all those
yeah,
kind of like they fit the personality of the
yeah,
droids. And I think it was he was threatened to get wiped when he wasn't cooperating at one point too. Like so you could see
mm-hmm,
their personalities and they hold to them because like they're not. It's not like your smart robot that cleans your floors, right? Like these things seem to have
mm-hmm,
emotion or develop them, I guess,
yeah.
over time. So. And then we finally have, I think, at the end. I mean, we had Devin apologize to Riley, and let him know that there was a second Inquisitor.
Uh-huh.
And then I think they were going down the elevator, and she feels that there's something wrong with their plan to go back to Rena. Like at that
Oh, you
moment,
skipped the chase.
which chase you?
The escape
Oh
when
yeah,
they leave
yeah,
the person.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. You're right. You're right. You're right.
Hey, first of all, that song that plays during the techno song
Yeah,
that
I
plays
remember
during
thinking that too.
that was good, man. The
It,
Kiders nailed it once more.
Yeah, I had a bit of a Book of Boba Fett vibe there when it
Yeah,
kind of
and
went
maybe
on.
the
Not as
Endor,
lame,
the wedding song,
yeah,
the Niamo song as
yeah.
well. So
But that was cool, and like to see like the speeders and stuff like that. So, um,
yeah, all the good old sound effects, the whooshing of the speeder bikes, and then the one that catapults into the starship, you hear the same
yeah,
when the scout trooper hits a tree on
that
Endor.
good
So
actually. I mean, when you had Lawson shooting back and shooting one, and then trips up the
oh yeah,
other, and then when all three kind of jumped down from one of the bridges, and one of them didn't stick the landing, like it just like, well,
yeah,
that's a free one right there, right there. So, yeah, so I think it was after that chase that they ended up going down an elevator shaft, and Devin
yeah.
was saying, I feel like there's
She
something
is.
wrong,
Yeah.
and I think it was Daki that kind of defended, like, no, 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 you should probably listen to this. And
Mm-hmm.
as they arrive at the bottom to be greeted by the two Inquisitors, whoop, they're no longer there. So,
Yeah.
and I think was it Rena? I would assume at that point, kind of like tried to buy them some time, and I'm not sure she survived that blast. So,
I think she did
you think
because
so?
I watched the explosion in the super slow mo, and we see her duck and roll behind
Oh,
crates to protect herself from the fire of the explosion.
okay.
So I think she survived, but I think Lieutenant Blake is long gone.
Yeah, yeah. I think in that is well, maybe that's part of it, right? Like you made that observation. I think we'll see if you're right or wrong, but like
Hmm.
giving that out. But I think most of the people that like myself, they would just assume, okay, well that's it. So at least it opens that door to her to come back in either the last two episodes to kind of like not
Hmm.
redeem herself because I mean she didn't give him a heads up, right? I mean she did give him a heads up because he called I think
Because
right
when she
after.
mentions the planet,
Yeah.
that's the planet where they had their last mission together and everything went south.
Okay.
So that's why Lawson gets it when she gives him like a
Yeah, because he
hidden
called
code
her right
message.
after she had Devin had
Yeah,
a doubt.
and he
Yeah,
says, "Oh yeah, it's true. She's compromised." So
yeah.
that's why they decided to escape with the Jedi. So
And the last thing that we saw was something I've spoken to, like in terms of like some people that I know, some friends and whatever, was when I thought we only had eight episodes, and I'm just like, you can't leave us on this, right?
oh
Was
yeah,
I think it was Vario that's kind of like on a comm and talking to someone when they went to Nicodemus's office or whatever you want to
There,
call it.
yeah, office, yeah.
And he gets off the phone and he says that Dryden Voss requests an audience, and I'm like, here we go, you know. And then like I said,
Hmm.
I thought that was 8 episodes that we got from our preview. I thought that I'm like, you can't end like this. Like obviously there's another season.
It would have been torture to end like
Oh
that.
yeah, absolutely. But now we get to see what's gonna happen next week. And for me personally, on a personal level, I got a new TV and everything. I watch a lot of this stuff on my computer and stuff like that.
Hmm.
But these 2 episodes, I'm gonna watch them at home, and
Yeah.
I'm gonna watch them on a TV in nice HD and everything like that, and absorb it just like everyone else on that Monday. So
Oh yeah, that was fun. I rewatched them last night on my OLED TV, and it's like, wow,
yeah, I mean, it's,
just the graphics and everything. It's so much more enjoyable.
well, I find even on a computer, I don't get like that kind of HD. I don't know if it's because of the stream. There's no setting for it or anything like that. So it's kind of weird whether I
Yeah,
do it off my PlayStation or not. But I'm really looking forward to see what it's going to look like on this
yeah,
TV.
because last time I watched those episodes, it was for the screeners, on my laptop with my email in the
Yeah,
middle and
the
everything. So that
watermark and
was,
everything. But
yeah.
yeah. So this episode, what did you think of this one? I mean, obviously not as much action, but in terms of what we got, in terms of the
The
depth,
storytelling, I
yeah,
guess. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. I think it was great. I mean, Two Boots coming to his senses. The relationship with uh, Devon and her master also evolves. He keeps trusting her and
hmm
trying to build her confidence and everything because he knows Maul is pulling some strings when he's not around. So
yeah.
uh, I think that he's beginning to be afraid of the fact that Maul might have a little grip on Devon.
Yeah.
So that's cool. Great action scenes in the car chase, and the finale with the name drop of Dryden Voss and the Crimson Dawn trying to requesting an audience with Maul.
But as
It's
far
it's
as you
all
know, Devin is not in represented in anything we've seen
no,
after, is she?
no.
Unless
She's been introduced for that series.
but unless she changes her name or even that, I don't think of
Hmm.
any. I've known of any Twilight that would be like that, or you know.
No,
Okay, so I
that's
mean,
in canon for sure.
yeah. So I mean, you obviously know a lot more than me, but I was trying to remember if I've seen. Because funny enough, through the game that I played, there's so many cards now. They started to introduce legends like Darth Sion and all this kind of stuff into
Okay,
the
wow.
game that are part of like the books, but maybe not
Hmm.
officially canon and stuff like that. So um, it's just I'm just curious to know like if I would have seen it in a card or anything like that that would have had the character, but I didn't see anything as of yet. So
No, and we don't. A good book or a comic book that we could have seen her would have been Crimson Rain, but she's not in that story at all.
no, okay,
So,
hmm.
and when we see Maul in Solo, he's had the head of Crimson Dawn. So,
Yeah.
and Dryden Voss is like the frontman,
You
but
think
he's the
that?
one pulling the strings in the shadows. So,
So I'd assume that like this is gonna tie into Solo, or maybe even be parallel to Solo.
yeah, it should tie in eventually with Solo, but there's Crimson Rain, the comic books that's in between those. So,
Okay,
there's
okay,
some before and some after. So, because Crimson Rain also sets during the events between Empire and Return of the Jedi,
hmm
because we see Kira uh, having an auction for Solo and Carbonite. So,
but Crimson Rain is after Solo.
yes,
Okay, okay.
yes, it tells how Kira took over, basically.
And is Maul in Crimson Rain? I mean, I haven't read the book yet, but like,
I don't think so.
no. Okay, I'm
No,
curious to see what.
I have yet to read the books as well, but from what I've heard, I don't think so.
Yeah, 'cause maybe the timing of the confrontation between Maul and Obi-Wan as this older version
Hmm.
somehow fits in there or everything, but
Because especially the part between Empire and Jedi, because Maul dies like a little bit before you
A New
hope.
Hope, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
So
and there's quite a bit of, well, not quite a bit, but there's some time between Solo and episode 4. So,
yeah.
okay, well, I mean, overall, I mean, I'm not even, like I said, giving these things a rating at this point. We're talking about, give it five
Star
stars,
Wars at
nine,
its best.
yeah, 9.5 easily. Like
Yeah.
this, I thought this episode 8, as much as the battle in episode 7 was to
Hmm.
me one of the best ones we've seen yet. They're all great anyway, but like the the depth that we got to see, um, and the backstory on Maul was definitely a highlight for me in so far in the series. So to see him battling, to see his younger self, kind of like
Yeah.
almost redeeming himself at first, says I hate you, and then to see he says I hate you, and then that same kind of vision apologizes to him in the end. Like, so it's just
Yeah.
internal, it's all in his head, right? So
Internal fight. Yeah.
yeah, so I'm curious to know where that's going to lead moving forward. But yeah, 2 more episodes.
What are your hopes for the final 2 episodes?
I want to
Do you want to see Vader?
yeah, I want to see Vader. I
Yeah.
want to see Vader. Let's see if we get an answer to that, like, or leave it on a cliffhanger kind of thing. But like I said, like someone mentioned, why is he so scared of him? Do
Hmm.
they eventually fight? And if they created this series not knowing if there's going to be a series 2, I think they would have. I think they try to fit that in there.
Yeah. And
But
maybe that's why you'll have a king. Maybe Vader will crush him,
well, we could
and
see the
he'll end up
demise
with the
of
king.
Marek and the Crow too, right? Like,
Hmm.
because the Crow,
The yeah, yeah.
because Marek
The
is, you were
Maverick
mentioning
is
that,
resurrected by
yeah,
I think that's my theory, but yeah, I think he's resurrected by the Night Sisters.
yeah.
The Crow is eventually killed by Ahsoka
Oh,
in Tales of the Jedi. No, Tales of the Jedi.
yeah.
So
Okay, so he will survive
he will
this.
survive unless he goes through the same treatment with the Night Sisters, and
Yeah, I don't know.
who
Even
knows?
even Marek, I guess it's not fully confirmed that he's not already in that form, right?
Oh
Like
yeah.
it's So I guess we'll see where all that leads. But I think everyone at the end, if we see Vader versus Maul, it's already been a great series, and if we see that too,
Yeah.
it's like it's fan servicing, but
Yeah.
I'll take it, right? To see that battle, and
Yeah.
even I'm pretty sure we'll see Palpatine show up. I mean,
Why
I wouldn't be
not?
surprised. Yeah.
Hmm.
So,
Why
but
not? Maybe in the form of an hologram for Palpatine, but
yeah,
because he's too comfy on Coruscant,
but it'd be cool.
pulling the
It'd be
strings over the galaxy. But
it'd definitely be epic to see, or for them to show that Vader fights him, and he's he clearly better than Maul or more powerful than Maul, right? And
yeah.
kind of like either humbling him or making him realize maybe that's what's going to strike fear into him. Maybe it's just a small interaction where he thinks he can do something. Then Vader kind of flexes like, "Get the hell out of here!"
Hmm.
Right? Like So, and then I think maybe have a vision where either Palpatine is by his side or not far away, and Palpatine's kind of like laughing at him, like just to enrage him even
Hmm.
more. Look, he's done it to someone else, and now this guy is like, where I used to be, but like even more powerful. So I don't know, speculating, but what are you hoping to see?
Oh, gosh. I just want to see good storytelling, great lightsaber fights. Obviously, Maul will survive because he's coming back for season 2.
Yeah.
So,
Well, I mean, we know that's not
uh,
his demise is not there during this
yeah,
series.
I expect Master Daki to die, unfortunately, at some point.
Okay.
Uh,
And then that'll
but
really put Devin in a position where she's going to be either the
she'll be seeking
protagonist.
for a new master, I
Yeah.
guess, or
Hmm.
and she'll get the worst one, I guess, with Maul. But uh, I don't know. But I see Maul, Devin, and Masudaki fighting together against the two Inquisitors and perhaps Vader. So 3 on 3.
I have Lawson pass too. I mean, he might not make it. I mean, it's a big name to get rid of
Yeah,
in terms of actor, but like I don't know,
two boots committing the
two
typical sacrifice to
the two
save the.
stumps. That'll be the end of him. But yeah, I don't know. I'm really looking forward to it, and it's going to be a big Monday for me. So and for you as well.
Yeah, and I'm even wondering if we're going to see the Lawsons behind the season one, because
Yeah,
it could very well end with the Lawsons leaving for another safe haven, I guess, and then the season two would focus on Maul and Devon, and they meet new folks, but different than the Lawsons.
yeah. Well, all right. Well, then on that note, let's head off on that, and you know we'll be watching next week with everyone else, and I'm looking extremely
Yeah.
forward to what's to come.
Is it Monday yet?
Yeah, but I mean, for me personally as well, I'm starting a new job, so it's like it's going to be a busy Monday. So it's going to be nice to sit down and relax with that at the end of the day. So, all right, talk us out, Dom. Let's for the
Yeah.
second to last time.
Yes. So that's it for today, folks. Thanks for watching. Thanks for being there. Thanks for liking and subscribing to the channel. I'll see you soon. Well, we'll see you soon because it's less than a week when this episode will come out. So, yeah, I guess that's it. So until then, may the force be with you always.